Geometry, Unit 4, which is Chapter 9 from the book, Section 4, Story Problems. So this whole section is about how to solve a word problem. The basic principle to solve a word problem is to identify the information you need to form a problem. The problems we will look at, we will also draw diagrams with the information. All right. Bob has a 25-foot ladder, and he needs it to reach the top of a 20-foot building. What will the distance between his building and his ladder be? Okay, so what we've got a 20-foot tall building, and a ladder is 25 feet. What will the distance between the building and the ladder be? So that's what it looks up like. All right, so let's now solve this. So we know the building is going to be perpendicular to the ground, so it's a 90-degree angle. We have a right triangle, Pythagorean theorem. X squared plus 20 squared equals c squared, which is 25 squared. So x squared plus 400 equals 625. So x squared is 225. Square root of that is 15. So it's 15 feet between the building and the base of the ladder. All right, let's look at another one. Sally is in a hot air balloon 500 feet above the ground. So she's in a hot air balloon here. And this is 550 feet above the ground. She can see her car off in the distance of 1,450 feet. So Sally's in the balloon. Her car's down here. An awesome looking car here. So this is 1,450 feet because Sally's in the balloon and the car's in the ground. What is the ground distance between Sally and her car? So this distance. All right, so we have a right triangle problem here. So x squared plus 550 squared equals c squared, 1450 squared. So x squared is, x squared plus 250 squared, which is 302,500. That equals 1450 squared, which is 2,102,500. Subtracting x squared is 18 million. So x is the square root of that. Now, 10,000 goes into that, which is 100 squared, and you get 100 square root of 180. And then you get we get a 6 goes into 36 goes into 180, and you get 600 square root of 5. 36 times 5 is 180. Square root of 36 is 6. So 100 times 6 is 600. All right, simplifying radicals. Now we're multiplying them. So this is pretty simple. 4 times 7, we know that gives us 28. Square root of 5 times square root of 5 is square root of 25, which we know reduces to 5. So that's 28 times 5, which is 140. So same idea, 3 times 4 is 12. Square root of 2 times square root of 6 is square root of 12, which reduces to 6 to 3. So we know that's 24 square root of 3. 2 square root of 5 times 3 square root of 20. So that's 6 square root of 100. Well, we know square root of 100 is 10. So 6 times 10 is 60. Now, I could go through the same process here and get 12 square root of 432, but I'm gonna make my life a little bit easier. I can work with 18 and 24 easier than I can 432. So 3 square root of 18, well, I know that's 3 square root of 6 times 3 times 4. Square root of 24, that's 6 times 4. So with a 6 times 6, which is square root of 36, which I know is 6. So 3 times 4 times the 6. And I also know square root of 4 is 2. And that leaves me with just the square root of 3. So now 3 times 4 times 6 times 2 is 144 square root of 3. And there we go. That is the end of this lesson.